In today's video, I'm going to be showing you absolutely everything that you need to know on how you can get started in the business of dropshipping. Now, I'm pretty sure you've heard about this term before, but do you know really what it is and how you can get started in it? Well, if that's something that you're interested in, then make sure you check out this video all the way through, because today we're covering absolutely everything that you need to know on how you can get started in the business of dropshipping. And not just that, but a few extra tips, tricks, and bonuses along the way to really help you succeed and get started on a strong foot. So with that, let's just go ahead and get started. So before we do go ahead and get started with this, the first thing that we need to really understand is going to be what exactly is dropshipping. So dropshipping itself is a fulfillment business model, meaning that all we're doing is simply fulfilling our customers' orders. We're essentially acting as a middleman between a supplier and our customers. So somebody's going to come to our online store and they're going to place, for example, let's say an order for a pair of shoes. Those pair of shoes are going to cost our customers $150. So what we're going to do once we get that order is then turn around and place our order with our supplier. Now with our supplier, we're going to be paying them maybe about $100, meaning the extra $50, that's going to be our profit. We're going to pocket that difference, and our suppliers are going to be the ones that fulfill the entire order. They're going to ship it to our customers and provide both of us, our customers and ourselves, with a tracking number. And that's pretty much it. It's very simple, very easy to get started, and best of all, it's a very low cost and low risk business model with very, very high rewards and a lot of potential for scaling. So how do we get started with dropshipping? So the first thing that we need to do is your product research. So what do you want to sell? What products is your store going to offer? Now, there's tons of different niches to choose from the pets niche to the baby niche, home and garden, office supplies, fitness. There's lots of different niches or categories out there. But really quick, what exactly is a niche? Well, simply put, a niche is essentially just a category with a lot of other subcategories. So you're going to have the niche of, let's say, pets, and then you're going to have a sub niche of dogs. And then under that dog sub niche, you can have pit bulls, Labradors, Chihuahuas. Now, for those of you that don't necessarily know what niche you want to get into, you also have the option to build a general store, meaning you can sell just a little bit of everything. Think about it as Target. Target sells pretty much everything that you need, so a general store can mimic this business model. A little bit of pretty much everything. But when you do this, you're trying to target absolutely everyone, and that can sometimes get pretty complicated. So I always suggest to go ahead and niche down. Choose a niche that you know something about. Me personally, I know a lot about pets because I have a dog myself. I know what products are good for him. I know what products he uses all the time. So this is something that I'm pretty familiar with. Being familiar with a niche means that you're going to be able to identify winning products a lot easier. Products that are actually needed by people in that category or in that niche. Now, how do I know what products actually are worth selling, or what products are trending, or what products are winning products? Well, there's a few things that you need to look out for. So for one, you want to make sure that your product has a wow factor. What is a wow factor? Well, it's a feature that your product may have that can literally make your customers say, whoa, I need this right now. Besides that, having a product that can add some sort of value to somebody's day-to-day or simplify somebody's day-to-day, that's also a factor in a winning product. People are not shy about spending money if you can simplify something in their day-to-day. Besides that, you also want to look for something that isn't necessarily sold in your local store. So something that you can't find in your local Walmart, or something that you can't find in your local Target. Now, when it comes to product research, if you're doing this yourself, or if you're not having somebody do this for you, here's a few different resources that you can use to help you find those winning products or products that are actually in demand. Now, the first one is going to be Google Trends. Google Trends is absolutely amazing because it can help you identify trends before they even hit. Or if you have a particular niche in mind, something that you're thinking of selling, but if you're not sure if it's worth selling or not, you can check with Google Trends. And this is how you can use it. So let's take, for example, swimsuits. Swimsuits are a seasonal trend because most people are going to be purchasing them during the summer. So you want to make sure that you have these products in stock for summer, right? Wrong. Check this out. So on Google Trends, I'm simply going to go ahead and type in swimsuit or bathing suit or any relevant term. And then the first thing we're going to see is this. This is a trend line that shows us how many people are searching for this on Google. Now, right now, this is for the past day. This is not going to give us any helpful information. What we need to do is switch over the timeline from the past day to the past 5 years. And now we can clearly see a trend. So here, starting from all the way in 2019, you can see that around November, there was not really many searches. It peaked around June, and then the next year in 2020, same thing. November, no searches. June, it has the peak. November 2021, very little searches, peaks again in June, and then this happens all the way up until our current date. Now, when it comes to identifying trends or when we want to start getting our stores ready, this is the very important part. We don't want to start importing products to our store all the way up here in May or in June. Why? Because nobody's going to be purchasing them anymore. As you can see, that's when it's peaking. So everything from there is essentially going downhill, meaning not many people are searching for it anymore. So people actually start searching for this around December. Now, even though it is at the lowest point, this lowest point is when we want to start getting our stores ready. This is when we want to start importing more and more products to our store in that niche. So that way, when people start searching for it, let's say around December or January, because as you can see, that's when it's starting to go up. That's when we want to have our stores ready, because this is when people are making their purchases. Now, it's just going to keep going up from there all the way up until May or June, where the trend is going to die down, and then it's going to start again next year. Besides that, you can also check out different websites, best sellers. Now, right now we're at the AliExpress website. Most people know about this website. Here you can source a lot of different products and you can test out different products to see how well they work for you. Now on AliExpress, my favorite product research method is going to be using their dropship center. So once you sign up for an account with them, completely free by the way, once you sign up for an account with them, you can go ahead and check out your account over here, then drop down to the DS center. Click on that. Now on here on the AliExpress dropship center, you're going to have all of these different products that are currently trending, there's demand for, and people are actually buying. So here we have a lot of extra information also that can help us decide whether or not some of these products are worth sourcing. Now, scrolling through a few of these, we can see that there's something like this Kirby with big feet. That's pretty funny, but unfortunately, that's not something that we can sell. This is copyright, this is branded. That's something that you really need to watch out for. Never sell copyright or branded products because that can land you in some hot water, or it could potentially get your store shut down. Always look for non-branded and generic items, such as this smart LED matrix. This is really cool because you can customize the front panel based on whatever design you want. Now, this one's currently running for $20.16. It's got a 4.8 star rating and over 2,000 have been sold. So free shipping over $10. Another really cool one is actually this foldable shopping cart, which I actually kind of need one, but this one is currently running for $10.85 and over 700 have been sold. So this can tell you whether or not something is worth selling by simply one, looking at the star rating, make sure that it has at least a 4.8 star rating, and two, checking out how many have been sold. So obviously this smart LED matrix is doing really well because over 2,000 have been sold. The other option that you have is checking out websites' best sellers. So if we run over to Amazon, we can go ahead and click on all over here and look up the best seller section. Now here we can find all of these different products that are currently trending. People are actively searching for these products. Now, granted, a few of these are going to be branded, so we want to avoid those. Like let's say these Crocs right here. We can't sell Crocs, but there are going to be different types of shoes or sandals or clogs that we can sell. Clogs are essentially this shoe style just without the branded Crocs logo. And we can find different products like this. We can go to a website like AliExpress and we can look up the term clogs and we can find all of these different products that are similar to the Crocs, but of course non-branded, generic. Now when you're choosing your different types of products that you want to sell, another thing that you want to look out for is going to be how much you can sell it for. So if you source a product for $10, you want to make sure that you can sell it at a minimum between $20 to $25. So you want to look for products that you can sell between 2 to 2.5 times what you're sourcing them for. And if you can, try to stick to products that you can sell for over $30. Anything over $30 is going to give you pretty good profit margins. So again, try to stay with products that you can sell for over $30. But if you find a good product that you can sell below that or beneath that, then that's totally fine. And the last thing you want to look out for that can potentially make a winning product is going to be something that's evergreen. Now, what is evergreen? Well, simply put, evergreen means that it's something that can be sold or used throughout the entire year, throughout any of the different seasons. It's not necessarily trending. It's something that's actually needed. A perfect example for this is going to be reams of paper. Paper is used every single day by people in pretty much any business. So if you go to a lawyer's office, I used to work in one. They have printers running 24/7 and they're going through reams of paper every single day. So it's safe to say that they're purchasing paper either every single week or every single month. And that is an evergreen product, something that can be sold at any time of the year and is needed throughout the entire year. Just as a quick note, one really good thing about evergreen products is repeat sales. So somebody that comes to your store and purchases that ream of paper, chances are if you give them good customer service and a good product, they're going to be coming back for more. So you're going to have consistent sales year round. Now, I already showed you a few different product research methods, including the AliExpress Dropship Center and the best sellers on pretty much any website, but we sampled Amazon. But here's another one that's very, very good to use because it's going to show you what's currently trending on one of the biggest platforms, TikTok. So for this, we're going to run over to the TikTok website and we're going to go ahead and search for whatever niche that we want. But we're going to do something different. So what we're going to do here is search up the hashtag TikTok made me buy it. Now, if we look up this hashtag, we're going to see all of these different trending products that people are very interested in. All of these different products have massive amounts of views. They're getting a lot of sales and they're getting a lot of attention. But the problem with this is that you're going to have literally every single type of product that you can think of. This is going to be a general search, which if you have a general store that's selling a little bit of everything, then this can work for you. But if you're niching down, let's say if you're jumping into the pets niche and you want to sell dog specific products, then what we can do is after the hashtag TikTok made me buy it, we can search up the term dogs or whatever niche that you want to include. So here we can see that all of our search results are now specifically for dogs. So everything on here is going to be products that are currently trending in the dog niche. Here we have a puppy paw cleaner. We have a automatic food dispenser. That's pretty cool. And just overall, we have lots of different videos with tons of different products that we can offer in this specific niche. Now let's just look up one more really fast and let's look up cars. So let's say you want to get into the automotive niche and you want to sell car accessories. Now our search results are going to be specific for automotive accessories or anything to do with cars. So here we have a screen that is essentially working as an Apple CarPlay. We also have a air diffuser for the car. You have the top 5 Amazon finds for the cars niche and tons of other videos that, again, are going to be relevant to the niche that you searched up. Now, what I like most about this product research method is the fact that you can actually look for videos that are trending and were released a week ago, maybe a month ago. So you can find trends that are currently going on. Like look at this one right here. This video came out 5 days ago and it's got 1.3 million views. So with that, we can safely assume that this product, it's worth dropshipping or at least worth looking into to consider for a store. Now, up until now, in terms of product research, pretty much everything that we've talked about has been manual product research. So things you have to do manually, things that are going to take you a bit of time. Now, on the other side of this, there's also automated product research, which in my opinion is probably the best way to go about this because it's going to streamline the entire product research process. Now, there's 2 main ways to do this. The first one is going to be by looking up a freelancer on Fiverr. So if we look up winning products on Fiverr, we're going to have all of these different freelancers that are going to help us find and source winning products. This is going to range in terms of pricing, but I found these 2 right here that to start off are very, very affordable. So this person is going to help you find 50 high demand winning products, and it's only going to be about $10. Now they're going to include SEO titles. They're going to also edit your descriptions, the images, the prices, the categories, and pretty much everything that you need to start selling these products right away. Besides that, they also have their standard, which actually comes with 250 high demand winning products, and their premium that comes with 500 for $100. Now, again, I suggest you reach out to them and you talk to them prior to placing an order, so that way they can suggest to you which one's going to be the best package. Besides that, there's another one that I found that gives you a little bit less winning products, but they give you some more information on competitors that are currently selling the same product, and information on the supplier or other suppliers. So here you can see that this one is starting at $40 and they give you one product worth over $5,000 a month. Of course, if marketed correctly, you also get the data analysis, competitor research, and the supplier information. So you know where you're going to source these products. Then you have the standard option, which is going to be $70, which is going to be an even higher worth product, along with all of the information from the first one and added keywords. And then we have the premium, which is going to be an even higher worth product, along with all of the previous information as well. Now, like I mentioned previously, when it comes to choosing your different freelancers, always check out the reviews, make sure that what people are saying about them, and just overall, make sure that they're trustworthy. This person over here has a 4.9 star review, which is absolutely amazing, and they have over 6,200 reviews. So they're definitely doing something right. They're definitely worth checking out. Now, if you scroll down, you can see a little bit of extra information on their gig, and to just get some more social proof and make sure that they're doing what they need to do and that customers are satisfied with them, then we can either go ahead and click on their reviews or scroll down and then we can find the reviews towards the bottom. So here you can see that he has primarily 5 stars, a few 4 stars, and very little anything under 3 stars. So this person is definitely worth checking out. This is somebody that I would feel comfortable working with. Now, the other automated product research method is going to be simply by using AutoDS. Now, AutoDS is a dropshipping automation tool. It pretty much streamlines every aspect of your dropshipping business, from importing the products to your store all the way to fulfilling your orders. And it also includes different product research methods. So if you're interested in checking out AutoDS, you can get started right now for just $1 for the next 2 weeks, and you'll have access to these different features. So for one, once you sign on to AutoDS, this is going to be your marketplace. You can go ahead and search for products based on niche or based on where you're shipping to, where you're going to be drop shipping to, whether you're drop shipping, let's say, to Canada or the US, and where they're shipping from. So this is actually really cool because you can find local suppliers to have your products shipped quickly. And of course, as drop shippers, we want to make sure that our customers get our products fast. We live in the age of Amazon where everyone wants their products next day, but people understand that not everyone is Amazon, so they're okay with waiting 1 to 2 weeks. But anything more than that is an absolute no. Make sure that your shipping times are no longer than 2 weeks or 10 business days. Besides that, we also have our price range, so we can look at for products between $5 to $15, $15 to $30, and so on. And this is the most interesting part. You can choose based on suppliers. So here you can actually choose the AutoDS suppliers. AutoDS have private suppliers that have been thoroughly vetted to ensure 1, quality, and 2, shipping speeds. So that way you can make sure that your customers have quality products fast. Now, besides that, you also have access to branding. So some of these different suppliers, the ones that you can see say customizable branding, you're able to upload your logo to them and they'll ship your products with a custom thank you card that has your logo on it and a thank you message, and they'll include your logo on your invoice. Now, this is not just going to be for private suppliers, but this is also going to apply to the AutoDS warehouse. So AutoDS is also a supplier with its own warehouse in China. So the ones that are really going to help you in terms of product research, for one, is going to be the handpicked product section, which features all of these different products that are legitimately picked by hand. Now, these products are chosen through expert dropshippers that have a specific criteria in mind. All of these products are proven to be currently trending, they have been best sellers, and there's demand behind them. Now, kind of similar to the AliExpress Dropship Center, if we click into one of these products, like let's say the steering wheel desk mount, we also have a lot of information that can help us decide whether or not this product is worth selling. So first off, we're going to have, of course, our item cost. So this one in particular is running for about $10.17 with $2 shipping, and it's giving us a potential profit of about $39.82 if we sell it for the average, which is being sold for, of about $49.99. Now, besides that, we also have an engagement score as well as a saturation score, which is simply going to tell us under the engagement score how active this product is on social media. How much buzz is there around it? How many people are interacting with the posts that are featuring this product? Now, besides that, our saturation score is going to tell us how saturated the market is with this product. So how many people are selling it? How many people are trying to offer this? And how many people do we have to compete with? So in terms of the score, our engagement score here is currently at mild. It's at 20. So there's not too much buzz around this on social media. So this can either mean that not a lot of people know about it, or just not too many people are interested in it. Now, it is a good idea to come in here, make a few different videos yourself, and see what people are saying, see how people are reacting to it. It could just simply be that not many people know about this, so it's your chance to inform them and start making a few sales. Now, to help you out with this, there's also a social ads section. So here you're going to find different videos that are running on Facebook and TikTok that can help you promote this product. Besides that, our saturation score, that's going to tell you again how many people are trying to sell this product. So this one's currently at 20, meaning it's fairly quiet. Not too many people are selling it, so there's not too much competition. But even if it is, let's say, in between 40 to 100, or even full market at 100 plus, that does not mean that it's not worth trying to sell. It's really all dependent on your marketing, how you present the product, and the niche of product that you're choosing. Again, to help you market these products, you can check out the social ads section to help you structure your video ads. But besides that, there's also a competitor section that shows you different competitors or different websites that are selling the same product as well, so you can see what they're doing. Now, if you do want to go ahead and import this product to your store, all you have to do is click on the import button and it'll be imported to your draft section, where you can then make any edits before having it go live on your store. Edits such as changing the title, the description, or the images. Now, the other section that I wanted to show you is going to be the ad spy section. So I showed you earlier how you can go on TikTok and look up the different hashtags to find trending products. But on here, you can actually find different videos that are running on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram with tons of different products to choose from. So here you can scroll through all of the different videos and all of the different ads to see if anything catches your attention, or if there's something you're searching for in particular, you can go ahead and search for it, or you can simply just filter the videos based on interactions, like let's say the likes, whether or not they have a product that's linked to them, their CTA button, like shop now, sell now, contact us, their interaction rate, so how many people are interacting with the videos. And then if you click on advanced filters, you can get a bit more granular and start really being specific on what you're looking for. The next thing that you're going to have to focus on is going to be to register or sign up for our own online store. And for this example, we're going to be using Shopify. So getting started with Shopify is very easy. The first thing that we need to do is simply go to their website and register for an account. So right now I'm over at the Shopify website and I'm simply going to put start free trial. Now, when you get taken to this page, you can simply put, I don't want help setting up. Now we can go ahead and sign up using our email. So I'm going to simply choose sign in with Google. And the reason I do this one is just because it's a lot more streamlined, it's a lot easier, but you can sign up with your email if you choose to. Then Shopify is going to go ahead and start building our store, or at least the basic model of it. And that's pretty much it. Now, in terms of store creation, this is pretty much all we have to do. From here, we can simply go ahead and click on online store. And here we can find our store, but it's going to be very, very bare bones. So there's not going to be anything on it. Now, if you want, you can go ahead and choose any of these other themes. So you can just overall change the look of it and have a few different templates. Now, these are very easy to use, and there are a few paid ones, but you do not need those. You can start off with the free ones and you'll have more than what you need. Now, if you want to check any of these out and see how they look, we can go ahead and click into one of them, like let's say Dawn. Dawn is actually one of the more popular ones that people choose. Now, when we get taken to this page, we can simply just go ahead and view demo store. And this is what it would more or less look like. Of course, on your side, it would be customized with your own images, your own text, your own product, logo, and all that stuff. But this is pretty much an example of what your store could potentially look like. Now, speaking of the Shopify themes, we can go ahead and customize them directly on this page, and it's pretty easy. So let's take this one, for example, the refresh. Let's go ahead and customize it. And on here, you have pretty much everything broken down by section. So if we click on, let's say, this banner over here, we're going to have the slide information here on the right. And then on the left-hand side, we're going to be able to see the actual slideshow. Then we have our featured collection where we have all of the different dropshipping products that we're going to be offering. And then we have a few extra sections that we can go ahead and customize ourselves as well. Now, if we want to change the order of this, it's also very simple. We can simply go ahead and, let's say, click on the featured collection, and we can drag it to wherever we want it to go. So if we want it to be under our testimonials, we can just go ahead and do that. Now, something that's very important to note here is going to be this up here, our announcement banner. The announcement banner is simply going to tell your customers the moment they land on your homepage what special promotions you have going on or whatever announcements you want them to know. So typically speaking, this is where you're going to see either, like this one says, welcome to our store, or most often you see something like, let's say, free shipping on orders over $200, or free shipping with the use of the code free shipping, or things like that. A lot of the times this is going to be used for promotional material. This is also where you're going to be able to change your logo and add your new logo on here. So you can click on the header over here, the top part, and under logo image, you can go ahead and change it. You can go ahead and select your image. Now for this, I'm going to use one that I already had uploaded. So I'm going to use this image over here. Of course, it's not relevant at all to what's going on, but this is how you're going to be able to change it. And as you can see, it's pretty easy to customize because you can make it a little bit smaller or you can make it really big. Now let's quickly touch up on the slideshow really fast, which I didn't get too into detail earlier. Here, the slideshow is not necessarily my favorite. So what I'm going to do is I'm simply just going to go ahead and delete it. And I'm going to add a different one. So down here, I can go ahead and add a section, and then I can look for whatever I want on here. So we can do an image banner. Now the difference between an image banner and the slideshow that I just deleted is going to be that a slideshow has multiple images while the banner only features one. So let's go ahead and move this all the way to the top. So I'm going to click it and I'm going to drag it. And it's going to be the very first thing that people are going to see. So now I can go ahead and click on it. And then for the first image, I can go ahead and explore free images, and I'm going to do a dog. And I like this little pup right here. So I'm going to select that one. And now I can add a second image if I choose to, but I'm going to keep it as is. Now I don't like this image banner over here, so I can also change this one. I think if I take off the container, it'll look a little bit better. That does look way better. And then I can choose this text over here by clicking on it, and then on the side, shop our dog collection. This down here, I don't need that. And then as for our buttons, we can do shop dogs, shop all. And from here, we just simply add the link to either just the dogs collection or the shop all collection. And then we can click on save. And that's pretty much it on that part. Now we can also go ahead and move this text to the right or to the left so we can get the dog a bit more in frame, but that's really going to be all dependent on how you're setting up your entire store. Now, if we're ready for this to go live and we want this to be shown on our actual website, we can click on publish and it'll be officially part of the site. Now, creating a Shopify store is pretty easy when it comes to actually creating your store, designing your store, and moving around all of the different aspects. It's very easy to do. Shopify just overall makes everything pretty simple and pretty streamlined for the average user. But I do understand that it's not everyone's cup of tea. Designing a Shopify store, while Shopify does make it very easy to do, it's not something that everyone enjoys doing, or it's not something that everyone is necessarily good at. Me personally, I'm not very good at matching colors or really just making the entire website look cohesive. So what I do is I use the second option that I'm going to give you, which is simply outsourcing this to somebody on Fiverr. So once we run over to the Fiverr website and simply look up Shopify store, we're going to find all of these different freelancers that can help us build our website professionally. Now, this is going to fit a lot of different budgets, and you're going to see prices starting anywhere between $50 to over $100 or even $1,000. But don't worry, because there's a lot of different freelancers that you can choose from. Most of them are going to fit your budget. Now, let's just scroll through a few of these really fast and let's see if we can find a couple. So the first one that stood out to me was this one. He can help you create a branded Shopify dropshipping store or a Shopify website. Same thing. So he's starting his basic plan at $80, and you can go up to $145 for the standard and $325 for the premium. Now, if you're wondering what the difference is, then it tells you right here. So the basic one is going to be the starter success, which gets you a 10 product Shopify store, a designed theme, and winning products along with a branded logo. Now, the standard listing is going to be his elevated earnings listing, which means you're going to get an expert Shopify dropshipping store, a branded theme, 20 winning products, plus fast suppliers. So that way your customers' orders can be fulfilled pretty quickly, along with a logo and added SEO, or search engine optimization, which is pretty much just a fancy way of saying ranking high on the Google website. So if somebody searches up anything that you're looking for, you're going to be one of the first people that pop up on Google. And then just looking into the premium one, we have the 7-figure mastery, which is going to be the more popular one that he sells or that he offers, which is going to include the branded theme, 45 products with the fast suppliers, conversion features, a logo, optimized SEO, and a 30-minute Zoom meeting with him so you can discuss whatever you need. Now, I did find another one, which is this one right here. And this person is currently a level 2. They have 189 reviews, which is really good because they're ranking at 4.9 stars. And they actually start off at $10. Now, for the $10 or their basic plan, here what you're going to get is going to be a 1-product branded store with a free premium theme, 5 plugins, and 5 pages. Now, if you go up to the standard for $40, you're going to have everything that the basic includes, except instead of 5 plugins and 5 pages, it's going to be 10. And then the premium is going to be 15 plugins with product SEO. Now, my suggestion to you is going to be, don't simply choose one of these and click on continue and make the purchase. It's always a very, very smart idea to message them first and let them know what you're looking for. So that way they can either tell you which one of these is going to be best for you, which one of their plans is going to be best for you, or they can even give you custom pricing based on your needs. So always remember my suggestion, go ahead and send them a message first, just to make sure that you're not overpaying for something you really don't need. Now, the way that working with a freelancer works when creating your Shopify store is going to be through an ownership transfer of the store. So you don't have to give the freelancer access to your actual Shopify store. You don't have to give them login details. You don't have to make them a part of your store. Everything is done on their end. Once they have the final product ready for you, so that way it's a streamlined and easy process. All of your information, all of your data, everything stays hidden, everything stays private to you, so nobody's going to have access to that. Now, as a pro tip, Shopify gives you 3 days to get started without having to select a plan. These 3 days, I suggest to you that if you're creating your own Shopify store, use these 3 days to make the design. Work on the design and make sure everything looks good and it's ready to start selling. Besides that, you do have either a 1-month or a 3-month trial for just $1 afterwards. Now, this can change from time to time. Sometimes it's going to be 1 month, sometimes it's going to be 3 months. This is really going to be dependent on the current promotion that Shopify has. So my suggestion to you is don't start that trial, don't sign up for a plan until you're ready to actually start selling or to start working on your store. Now, this is going to apply to you whether you're creating your own store or you're outsourcing your store to somebody on Fiverr. Don't choose a plan, don't start your 1 or 3 month trial until you're ready to start selling. All right, now let's talk about our suppliers. We did touch up on them lightly just a little bit ago, including AliExpress and the AutoDS private suppliers, as well as AutoDS as a supplier. But there's a lot of things that you need to know when you're choosing the right supplier for you. When you choose the right supplier, this is essential, because if we choose the wrong supplier, then we might be getting bad quality products, or we might be getting very, very long shipping times. So what options do we have for our suppliers? Who's going to be fulfilling our orders and providing our customers with their products? Well, there's a few options to choose from. For one, we can look for sourcing agents on Fiverr. Now, similar to the previous freelancers mentioned before, there's going to be tons of different sourcing agents in a variety of price ranges. Now, what they're going to do is simply be essentially the middleman between you and a supplier. And the cool thing about this is the fact that you actually have somebody that you can talk to. You can reach out to them, you can let them know what you're looking for, what types of products that you're looking for, and they'll look for suppliers in those specific niches or suppliers that sell those same products that you're looking for. Now, as you can see, a sourcing agent through Fiverr is very, very affordable. They start off at just $10, and of course there's going to be higher price ranges, but to get started, this is a great option. So let's see what one of them has to offer. So this person will be your reliable Shopify dropshipping supplier sourcing agent worldwide. So whether you're dropshipping in the US or Canada, they'll be able to help you out with your product sourcing. So the starter bundle here is $10, and they'll get you one dropshipping product from AliExpress or Alibaba, and $16.88, which would be another website where you can source your products. Now, the standard will get you 2 dropshipping products for $25, and then the premium will get you multiple products and store auto order fulfillments. So your orders will be automatically fulfilled through them, and this would be $40. Now let's take a quick look at another one in a different price range. So this one starts off at $35, and they will be the top dropship or Amazon supplier. So they'll get you the connection plus the quotes and the logistic details and lead time for one source or one product. And then the standard will be $55, which gets you everything that the basic gets you, except you're going to be getting 2 suppliers and you're going to be able to negotiate prices. So that's really good. The ability to negotiate prices with your suppliers so you can make a bit more profits. And then looking at the premium for $75, you get 3 different suppliers with everything that we previously mentioned. Now, besides that, we also have the AutoDS private suppliers and marketplace and the warehouse that we talked about earlier. And you can also use another supplier such as AliExpress. AliExpress, pretty much everybody knows about them. It's the go-to for people when they start dropshipping. Now, the other option I'm going to give you is going to be Worldwide Brands. Now, Worldwide Brands is essentially a directory of different suppliers, but it is important to note that you do need to pay to gain access to this list. Now, Worldwide Brands has some really good suppliers in there, but it is important to note also that some of these might be a little bit outdated, even though it is a really big list. A few of them could be outdated, some of them might not be working anymore. And just so you know, the price for this directory is going to be about $197 or about $200. All right, so once we're finally done with our product research, we know what products we want to sell, what suppliers we're going to be sourcing our products from, and what niche we're going to be in. Now it's finally time to get our Shopify store up and running. So by this point, either you should already be done with the designing of your store, or your freelancer that you're working with on Fiverr should already be ready to transfer over the ownership to you. Once you have that Shopify store design done and it's ready to go live, then this is when you want to start your dollar trial. Whether it be for the 1 month or the 3 month promotion that they have, or whatever promotion that Shopify currently has going, this is going to be when you finally make your store go live and start that dollar trial. Now, once we start a trial, we have no time to waste. We need to finish everything up and get started selling. Because of course, at this point, we want to take advantage of as much as we can of the trial before we get charged the full subscription. Who knows, if you follow this video all the way through and you start dropshipping, you might even be able to pay off for your entire yearly subscription with whatever you make during the trial period. So let's get hustling. Now, the first thing we're going to need to do is going to be to create a name for our store. What's our brand name going to be? Now, to do this, Fiverr actually has a brand name generator that you can use. So we can run over to the free business name generator from Fiverr Workspace, and we can type in a keyword from our niche or a word that we're thinking for our brand. So let's say I want to sell gym wear for gym bros. So I'm going to put gym bros. And then we have Gym Brosify. If we don't like that one, I actually really do like that one. So I'm going to go ahead and take that and I'm going to copy it. But if we don't like this one, we can put, give me another. And then we got Gym Bros Ninja, Gym Bros Buzz, Gym Bros Gorilla. That would be actually a pretty interesting one. Now, if we want to get a few different variations of the title that we got or the business name that we got, we can run over to ChatGPT and we can ask it for a few. So I'm asking it to give me a few alternatives for the store name Gym Brosify. That's such an interesting name. I actually really like it. So it gives us Gym Bro Nation, Muscle Forge, Bro Fit Hub. I like that one a lot. Strength Sphere, Alpha Fit Zone, Lift Lab, and a few others that are actually really good. Now, using these different tools in combination can really help you come up with very unique names and names that can essentially help you stand out. Now, besides that, the next thing we're going to need to do is create our logo. Now, when we create a logo, there's a few different things that we can do. For one, again, we can go over to Fiverr and we can look up freelancers that can create our logo for us. But besides that, another thing that we can do is run over to Fiverr's logo maker. And on here, we can simply go ahead and type in our brand name, which I decided to go with Bro Fit Hub. Let's actually add a couple spaces in there. And then let's go ahead and make our logo. So the brand name is going to be Bro Fit Hub. Actually, let's do Bro Fit and then Hub. And then add our slogan. We don't need that. We can go ahead and click on next. What's the industry? So we're going to do fitness. So sports and fitness. We can do apparel because let's say we're going to be doing gym apparel. And I think that's okay for now. Now, the next thing is going to be to add any elements that we want. So do we want somebody flexing? Do we want some weights in it? Something that's relevant to our niche or our store. So I'm going to put gym, weights, and flexing. Now let's go ahead and click on next. And now what type of logo do we want? This is an interesting one. So I want it to be pretty serious. I don't want it to be too playful, but I also don't want it to be, let's say, too corporate. So let's try the geometric pattern. Let's go ahead and click on next. Now we have to define a personality for our brand. So how strong do we want these values to represent our brand? So I'm going to go ahead and move this one more to premium, classic or modern. Definitely modern because I like modern styles. Traditional or innovative. Innovative for me. Fun or serious. I'm going to keep that right in the middle. And then simple or sophisticated. The simpler the better in my opinion. So I'm going to do somewhat of a simple logo. So let's go ahead and make my logo. And then these are going to be the different logos that Fiverr came up with. Now, right off the bat, my two favorite ones definitely have to be these top two, with really this one being probably my favorite one. But if you don't like any of these, you can go ahead and scroll down and you'll see all of the other options that there are. And honestly, a lot of these are actually very, very relevant. Like I really do like this one. I'm just not a huge fan of this text, but if we look for a few more, this one's also really good. And this one's actually very nice. This one's a nice little premium one over here. Now, if that's the one that you want to go with, you can go ahead and click on it. You can check out the different variations that there are. So there's a few different colors and you can even customize the design. So you can go ahead and change the colors, change the name, add a slogan, change the shape, the background, or pretty much anything else on this logo. All right, so the next thing that we're going to do is actually one of my favorite things. And it's one of those bonuses that I mentioned at the beginning. And this is going to be to create our own completely free .store domain. So somebody can go to brofithub.store instead of myshopify.brofitstore.com. They can go directly to your website and honestly, it just looks a lot more professional. Now to do this, you're going to do this through AutoDS. So once you have your store connected, you're going to simply go to the settings. You're going to run over to store settings. And then over here, you're going to have upgrade your store with a free .store domain. From here, all you have to do is go ahead and claim it. Make sure that the correct store is selected if you have multiples. If not, the one that you created will be the default one. And then we can go ahead and create our .store domain. So BroFitHub. Now, since we're able to continue, that means it is available. So once we claim this, somebody's going to go to brofithub.store and they'll land on our website. So we can go ahead and continue, confirm. And that's pretty much it on that part. Now we can go ahead and go to Shopify and then add it to our store. So for this, what we're going to do is we're going to go over to our Shopify account. We're going to search up domain. And then we're going to click on connect a domain. Then once we're on here, we're going to go ahead and register the one that we just created. So brofithub.store, click on next. And then we're simply going to verify it. And then whenever anybody goes to brofithub.store, they'll be redirected to our store or to our website. Now, besides that, there are a few different things that you are going to have to make sure that you take care of on your store if you're doing this by yourself. If you're outsourcing this for freelancers on Fiverr, then most likely they're going to take care of this for you. But it's still very important to check it and make sure that you have it set. So the first thing is going to be your currency. So for this, we want to make sure that our billing currency and our store defaults are set to the appropriate currency. So if we're going to be dropshipping in the US, we want to make sure that we have it for the US dollar. If we're dropshipping in, let's say, the UK, we want to make sure that it's set to the pound. Now, besides that, another thing that we need to absolutely have on our website is going to be our policy pages. And what our policy pages basically are going to be different pages on our website that are going to explain our policies to our customers. So if somebody's wondering what our shipping policy is, they can go ahead and click into our shipping policy page and find out there. Or if somebody's wondering what our return or exchange policy is, then we're going to have a dedicated page for that. And this is something that can be pretty time consuming if you're doing it yourself. But luckily, Shopify has generators for this. So all you have to do is go to Google and type in Shopify policy generator, and then check out one of the first pages over here. So on here, you can go ahead and fill out all of your information and then send me my privacy policy, and it'll be sent to your email, where you can just simply go ahead and copy it and paste it under your Shopify editor. Besides that, another thing that's very important to note is that you're going to have to set up your payment providers. So whether you're going to be accepting just the major credit cards or PayPal or both, you're going to need to set this up in order to actually receive payments and start selling. Now for this, you can simply just go to your settings and type in payments, and then you'll be redirected to the Shopify payments. Here you can go ahead and set up your Shopify payment gateway, and you can also add PayPal as well. Your Shopify shipping is also going to have to be another thing that you need to set up. So that way Shopify knows where you're going to be selling to. Are you going to be selling to the US? Are you going to be selling in Canada? Or are you going to be shipping to a completely different region, such as Australia? All of this is something that Shopify needs to know, so that way people in that country or that region can actually check out in your store. Now to do this, it's very easy. All you have to do is run over to the shipping and delivery section under your settings, and you can go ahead and customize everything through here. So here what you can do is simply go ahead and create a new shipping profile for each country that you're going to be shipping to. So that way you have everything separate and it's going to be easier to organize. Now, if you are going to be shipping in a different country or region, it's important to note that not everyone is going to be accepting the same payment methods that we are in the US, like let's say PayPal and just your major credit cards. There's going to be a few regions or a few countries that are going to have their completely separate payment processing systems. And in order to find this out and find out how you can start accepting payments in these other places, you can simply just go ahead and Google Shopify payment gateways, and it'll take you to this page. Here, you can go ahead and type in the country that you're going to be dropshipping to, like let's say Australia. And then you're going to have all of the different payment methods that are accepted in Australia. Now, most of these, you're not really going to be able to set up on your own. So it's important to note down which one of these are the ones that you're going to want to accept, and then just simply contact them. So Google their name, like let's say Google Afterpay, and then reach out to them so they can help you out. Now, your only option isn't to message Afterpay, of course. You can also message Shopify, and their customer service team will help you out as well. Now, the last thing that you are going to have to do to make sure that you can ship worldwide or sell in different countries is going to be to add that Shopify market. So here you can just go to the Markets tab, and you can go ahead and add a market, and then search for the market that you want to go ahead and start selling in. Okay, so now the next thing we need to do is finally start importing all of the different products that we want to sell to our store. Now, if we went with a Fiverr freelancer, sometimes, like we saw earlier, we might already have some preloaded products, but it's also very important to know how we can upload products ourselves. Now, to do this, very simple. Just run over to the products tab under Shopify, and then up here we can simply click on add product, and then all of the information here we're going to go ahead and take from our supplier. So let's run over to AliExpress, and let's say I want to add a few dog shoes like these to my Shopify store. So I'm going to go ahead and click into it, and I'm going to go ahead and copy over this title, run back over to Shopify, paste it in here. The description I can either create myself. Shopify also has an AI that you can use, or you can simply just run over to the description over here and then just copy over everything that you want to add. Now, on some of our suppliers, like on AliExpress, you're going to find just images on here. So you can either copy those over if you'd like, or you can scroll down to see the actual text description. And then we can go ahead and copy this and then paste it directly to Shopify, which I don't suggest you do because a lot of the times the grammar on here isn't going to be the best. So what you can do is go to ChatGPT and ask it to optimize this description. And then in quotes, put what you want. And then whatever ChatGPT gives you, you can go ahead and copy and paste over because it'll be a lot better. Now, you can also make a few edits, which I suggest you do, just so that way it does sound a bit more human rather than AI written. Then in terms of the different images, we can either go ahead and right click and save the images through here, or we can go to the description and we can screenshot every single one of them if we're not able to just simply right click and download. Same thing goes for the different variations. We're going to have to copy over all of the different colors as well as all of the different sizes, go back to Shopify, upload our different images, set our pricing, set our inventory levels, and add the different variations over here in the variants tab. Now, this is something that, as you can see, it's pretty easy to do, but it's very time consuming. Doing maybe 2 or 3 of these a day is fine. You'll probably be doing this for about 30 or 40 minutes, depending on how fast you are for typing and creating these different descriptions. But if you want to optimize your store even further and really just streamline this entire thing, then we can use AutoDS's product importer. For this, all we have to do is run over to our suppliers page, go ahead and take the link, copy it or cut it, run back over to AutoDS, and then click on add product over here. And then we can either do multiple products or single product. In this case, I'm just going to do single. And then I'm just going to go ahead and paste in my URL over here and then click on edit now. Now, as you saw earlier, we pretty much did the exact same thing from within the AutoDS marketplace, where we just imported the product with one click into our store. This is pretty much the same thing, except we're able to import from supported suppliers outside of AutoDS, such as AliExpress, Amazon, Best Buy, Target, and a lot more. Now, while that other one is uploading, let's just go ahead and take a look at one of these other ones that I have uploaded to my store already. And this is pretty much what you're going to be seeing after you import it to your draft section. This is the draft section itself. So let's go ahead and click to edit one of them that's already there. Now on here, we can go ahead and change the title. So instead of having to copy everything over, it's already there for us, ready for us to change it. Besides that, we can add it to any collections if we need to. So any collections that we have set up on Shopify, and we can add any tags to help keep track of analytics. The description, it's also able to be edited directly from this page. Now, the cool thing about the title and the description is that we can optimize both of them with AI. Again, all from within the AutoDS system. Here we can choose a tone. It can either be professional, sellable, a little bit funny. It really all depends on what you want the tone for your website to be, and we can generate it directly from here. Then we have the different variants tab, where this is actually where my personal opinion, this shines the most. Instead of having to copy over all of these different variations, it's already done for us. Everything is done automatically. So all we have to do is edit the pricing or edit the titles if we choose to. And to do this, it's very easy. We can click on edit over here, and we have our pricing calculator. This is really efficient because it takes the guesswork out of pricing. So here we can set our fees. Let's say right now our fees are going to be about 4%. Fee dollar amount, we can leave that at 0. And we can see here that if we sell it at $6.95, our buy price is about 99 cents, and we're making a 272% profit, meaning our profit is going to be $5.70. Now, my favorite part about this is the fact that this total profit, that's actually how much you're taking home. This is already excluding the fees. So you already know how much you're going to be making per sale after all of the fees. If you're happy with this pricing, or let's say if you want to change this to maybe, I don't know, 150% because you're okay with making a little bit of profits and you just want to make a few more sales, then we can see that our price changed accordingly. So with 150% profit, we're going to be selling it at $2.58, making a total profit of $1.49. Now, once we're ready for this product to go live on our store and have anybody purchase it, we can simply click on save and import, and it'll be automatically imported to our store where it'll go live. Now we need to have people actually going to our website and making purchases. The thing with having your own website is that most people aren't going to know that it even exists. So it's up to you to market it and bring in potential customers. And to do this, there's a few different ways. For one, we can use things like paid ads, such as Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, or Snapchat ads. Now, of course, this would require a budget, and depending if we're doing this ourselves or if we're outsourcing these videos or these ads that we need made, then we might also need to purchase the product itself, again, to create content ourselves or to have somebody else create the content for us. Now, when I mean somebody else, I mean freelancers on Fiverr. So on Fiverr, we can find tons of different UGC or user-generated content creators that we can send a product to. Now, we send them a product, we explain to them what we want in our content or in our video, or we can tell them to just do their own thing. And they'll send us back an ad or a video of them using the product in a professional fashion, in a professional manner that can be used to advertise this product. Now, the price range for this is also going to vary depending on the creator. So let's just take a look at this one right here for $50, which is more or less about what the pricing is going to start at. Of course, it's going to be those $50 plus the price of the product. So here we can see that she's offering one UGC video up to 1 minute, edited, only talking with no B-roll. Typically speaking, when we're offering products, that's going to be what we want, because we don't need any B-roll. We don't need any extra footage. All we need is them with the product, either using it, showing it off, or whatever it is that we agree on. And then we also have the standard, which is the talking and the demo video, which is up to 1 minute again, and they're actually demonstrating the product or demonstrating the use of the product. And then the premium, which is $100, which is going to include a Zoom meeting with this person to brainstorm the project, so that way both of you can be aligned with your vision. Now, there are going to be a few other creators that you can choose from. So let's say this person over here, This person, instead of charging you by the minute, they're going to be charging you by the word. So a 30-word spoken video is going to be $10. The standard is going to be 60 words, and then the premium is going to be 120 words. So whether or not you can send them a product, that's going to be up to them. Again, like I mentioned earlier in the video, go ahead and contact them and let them know what you need, and then they can give you more information based on that. Email marketing is also another huge plus. When you have direct access to somebody's email, you literally have access directly to them. You're sending them an email that's specifically geared towards them, and they're going to see it the moment that they sign onto their email, or they're going to get that notification. This is a direct link between you and your customer. So do not sleep on this. This is one of the most important things that a lot of people aren't necessarily taking advantage of. Now, collecting emails might not be the easiest thing to do, but let me give you one pro tip that makes it actually very, very easy, and it makes customers actually want to give you the email. So I'm pretty sure you've seen that whenever you jump into practically any website, you have a pop-up that tells you to subscribe to their emails in exchange for a discount. This is how the company is building up their email list. This isn't done just by small dropshippers. This is done by huge brand name companies as well. Again, email marketing is where it's at. Do not sleep on this. This is a very, very often missed opportunity. So I'm letting you know right now, take advantage. There's also a lot of different apps on Shopify that you can choose that have, let's say, that little wheel that spins that gives you a specific discount in exchange, again, for your email. Now, you heard me talk about different apps a little bit earlier, so let's expand on that a little bit. So some of the most popular Shopify apps that you can use for your dropshipping store are going to include, for one, Judge.me product reviews. This is an awesome app that will follow up with your customers and ask them for an honest review on their order. Trust me, you want reviews in your store. This is social proof, and it's what's going to convince a lot of people to actually make that purchase. Zurich's sticky add to cart bar is also another really good one, simply because no matter where your customer is on your product page, they're going to have that add to cart button. So this is going to make that add to cart stick to wherever it is that your customer is looking at on your product page. So whether they're at the very top of your website or at the very bottom, they're always going to have that add to cart option. It's pretty much just a friendly reminder saying, hey, you know you want this, just go ahead and add it to your cart. Now, Shopify Inbox is also another very important one because this is also another direct connection between you and your customer. If your customers have any questions on any of your products or on their orders, they can send you a direct message using the Shopify Inbox. If you're not available at the time, it'll go to your email, and when you reply back to it, it'll go to your customer's email. Essential Upsell and Cross-Sell is also another essential app, simply because this is going to get your customers to purchase more products that can be relevant to what they're already looking at. So have you ever been on a website and you click on add to cart for something and then it says, oh, other customers paired this with your order, this might be good for you? That's what this is. It's recommending products based on what your customers are already looking at. And then we also have ecom send pop-ups and email pop-ups, which this is going to help you with your email marketing and help you collect those emails. So that way you can have a direct connection between your customers and yourself. So that way they know any promotions that are going on and you can continue to grow your email list. Now that you have everything set up and you're starting to get people into your website, that means people are going to start placing orders. And when a customer places an order, as a dropshipper, it's our job to fulfill that order. But we're not physically fulfilling it. We're rerouting that order to our suppliers. So when we get an order to our store, what we're going to need to do is take our customer's information, go to our supplier's website, and input our customer's information, not ours, into our order details with our supplier. So that way our supplier is going to go ahead and send that order to our customers directly, and then they're going to update us with the tracking number, who is then going to update our customers with the tracking number. Now, this is fine. Kind of just like with product importing, it's pretty quick to do, but if you're doing multiples a day, it can potentially cause a few issues. For one, it's going to take a long time if you're doing multiple orders a day. Like I said earlier, it'll be pretty quick if you're doing 2 or 3, but if you're starting to get 10, 15, 20 orders a day, then you're going to be in front of your computer for potentially a few hours, just doing the same thing over and over, placing multiple orders with your suppliers. Now, this alone is pretty tedious, but it actually also opens you up to a bit of human error. Meaning, if that finger slips and you hit the 5 instead of the 4, then that product is going to go to a completely different person, which means you're going to end up losing money. You're going to have to replace that product for your customer, or you're going to have to give them a refund, or maybe even both. Now, in order to avoid this, this is where you can start to implement automation. So with AutoDS, you also have automatic order fulfillment. Now, this uses a system called Fulfilled by AutoDS, which is very efficient, and it actually works on a balance that you top up. So up here we have a balance. We can go ahead and load this to whatever it is that we want. And whenever somebody comes into our store and places an order, AutoDS is going to take that order and it's going to automatically place it with our suppliers. And then it's going to pay for it using that balance that I just showed you. Then when our suppliers go ahead and ship out that product and provide us with a tracking number, AutoDS will then relay that information to us as well as our customers. And we can see the entire status of our orders on the orders page over on our AutoDS dashboard. So we can see here that this rapid access fingerprint safe is already ordered. When it first came in and we first got the order, it came up as pending. Then once AutoDS placed that order for us, it moved over to ordered. Now these down here already passed the ordered stage. They have already been shipped. Now, once they're shipped, you can go ahead and take their tracking number. You'll see it over here, but you don't have to worry about that because AutoDS is going to ultimately inform our customers about this tracking number. But if you need it, it's over here if you want to keep track of the orders. Then once it's delivered, you'll see that it's set as delivered, or if you need to cancel the order, you can click on cancel, or if your customer's requesting a refund, then that's also very easy for you to take care of. You can come over here, go to the order that needs a refund, and then you can request a return. Typically within 24 hours, you will have the return label that you can send your customer. Now, the next and very last thing is going to simply be to scale your business. You want to make sure that you keep adding more products. You want to make sure that you continue using automation and you continue doing product research. So that way you stay up to date with trends and you never miss a sale. Make sure you take advantage of the different apps that I mentioned earlier because these are going to help get you a lot more customers, especially with email marketing. You're going to be able to send different types of promotions to your customers. You can let them know that they left a product in their cart, so you can do an abandoned cart promotion, or you can even just simply send them a thanks for placing their order with you. Now, as you saw, automation is really going to speed up pretty much every aspect of your business, and everything is going to be streamlined and automated for you. So that way, you can go ahead and just focus on what really matters most, which is going to be product research and customer service. Always remember that customer service is essential. Whether it's pre-sale or post-sale, you always want to make sure that your customer is always happy. Why? Because then that's going to ensure that they come back and purchase more, or even recommend more people to come to your store and purchase from you. Huge thank you to everyone for watching. I hope you found this video informational. If you did, make sure you subscribe, like, and comment down below your thoughts. And hopefully I was able to clear up any questions that you had regarding dropshipping. And with that, I hope you all have a great day and I wish you nothing but the best in your dropshipping ventures.